Horizontal motion and vertical motion. Well, because horizontal motion does not depend on vertical motion. They're two different variables, so we can isolate them separately.
When we talk about in projectile motion, what forces affect vertical motion and horizontal motion? Well, when we think about it, we have to think. There is the gravity. Now, Earth's gravity is 9.8 meters per second squared. So the vertical effects on an object are at 9.8 meters per second. Now, yes, per second squared. Now, when we also look at air resistance, which we didn't, air resistance has an effect. However, in this lab specifically, we did not do that.
Ignore air resistance, and in this lab, what effect did air resistance have? Well, we don't look at air resistance because of the variables that we have in this experiment. For example, a marble. Okay, we have this marble. This is not a kite. This doesn't have a lot of area for the wind to push on it and affect the speed. This is a marble, and if you take a fan and a marble and you let the air pass through the marble, it won't make much of a difference, you know, because it will pass over it, just like a car going on the road. Whereas if you have a kite and you put a fan on it, the kite will flow back because of all that air resistance. So the reason we didn't include air resistance is because of the object. Cut.
Keep going.
We usually ignore air resistance because if we factored air resistance in, it would be too complicated to calculate the results. Plus, the object that we are testing is of a smaller volume and air resistance does not affect it as much.
Calculated range was 4.1 meters, and on our first launch we hit the bucket.
Alright, now, what did our group do well in this lab? What did our group do in this lab? Well, when we think about it, our group did a very good job, in fact. We were quick, we got what we needed to get done first. Work was our first priority. Now, we got our calculations in within 20 minutes. And then, not only that, but we also fired the marble before anybody. And we finished first. Thence, we got to film right now.
Army dude.
Say it again.
We could hit the army dude.
We work very well as a team because everyone had a role in the project and everyone contributed in the project.